responsibility?
And go, I believe.
You believe?
Yes.
I believe. What's up, fight fans? Welcome to your holiday edition of Split Decision, your weekly MMA podcast. We are coming, 3 days before Christmas?
3 days before. Yeah.
3 days before
Today's
Christmas.
21. It's solstice? Is today solstice?
Today's the solstice, yeah. Today's
Longest
the
day,
solstice.
longest darkness of the year.
I am your South Pole Santa Dodge. That is Dennis.
I'm your
Rudolph, the red-nosed clamper.
Yeah. Red cheeks. Yeah, that's what I am. Rudolph the red cheek clamper. I had very shiny eyes.
Very shiny eyes. We're here to break down all your mixed martial arts news and rumors from this entire week, as well as go over the fights that happened last weekend. No fights this weekend because
we had too many fights last week.
We had too many fights last week, but there are fights next week, which is for New Year's cards.
I'll give you that. It is New Year's card.
We'll cover the New Year's cards next week, so not a whole lot of fights to recap. Not a whole lot
That's pretty good.
of fights to cover this week. However, we do have some news going on. Some rumors
I'm not a
things.
lady, Blake Carmichael, but my milkshake does bring the boys to the bar.
Sometimes. I
Sometimes.
mean, they're decent milkshakes.
Yeah, it all depends what bar we're at, too. Sometimes the boys don't want to come to the bars we're at.
Started off your big rumor news.
Uh-oh. What happened?
Chris Cyborg Justino has decided that she is going to be doing the Kiki challenge in a shopping cart. It did not go well for her. This was released about 9 hours ago from our friend over at Zombie Prophet. Zombie Prophet is known for probably hands down the greatest gifts in MMA history. I mean, he will pull gifts from everything, give you some recaps. If you can't, we always say we watched it in the gifs. We watched the recaps in the gifs.
Right.
That's where we're finding it from. Zombie Prophet. Usually somebody's posting them on a Reddit board or MMA board somewhere. You can watch the gifs. You can always check out his Twitter too. I mean, I think it gets shut down quite a bit for some of the stuff, but he has a lot of stuff going on. Anyway, he was emailed this video. They released it, put it out there on YouTube. This is Chris Cyborg Justino in a shopping cart, and she jumps out with extreme athleticism. You can see her leg going.
But
up
I don't.
angle
I mean,
there.
I don't see where the actual hurt is.
And then promptly falls on her fucking face. That's where the hurt is.
Knock it off.
She lands on her shoulder. Her ankle twists. She
Dude.
goes oof, and then they just put the video in slow mo, and you don't get to see if she gets up again. There's rumors floating around.
What up, Duchess?
Rumors floating around that her fight with Amanda Nunes could be canceled next week.
There's rumors, but there's not an official word.
There's no words yet. There's just rumors. However, she did tweet a 3 sad faces on her own Twitter
3.
for about 3 hours, and then she pulled it.
Everything in threes. It's biblical.
Yeah, she pulled it. She pulled that tweet. That tweet is no longer available.
Did she pull it, or did a publicist?
Somebody pulled the tweet.
Or did Dana himself go, God damn it! Come on, clown shoes, take that thing off.
Don't you think the UFC could hold her liable for injuring herself for doing something stupid like this before a fight? I mean, that's like a loss of revenue, right?
I don't
She's
think
the
it's.
main event?
I don't think it's an
Co-main event?
injury. We're a week out. If you can't handle a bump on your face, maybe
the
a mole, maybe a rolled ankle.
Maybe she shattered her shoulder.
I don't care, man. There's guys that make $660,000 a year. She's making over $1 million this year.
No.
There's guys that make $660,000 a year, break their leg, they get taped back up, they play football the next week.
True.
Taped up. Just taped up.
Just tape.
Just tape it up.
Just tape up whatever that you tape up your face, tape up your shoulder, tape up the ankle, do something.
That's
Cyborg.
right. The
We
views
wanna see this
expressed
fight.
by me aren't exactly factual.
Or science or
So
medical
science,
at all.
nothing. It's I represent the lazy boy people.
Just sit on the couch and be like, yeah, she's
Yeah.
fine. Walk it off.
I can't believe he tapped. Have me another beer.
Why didn't you just kick him? Knees. Are you that guy in the audience? You're just yelling random
Huh.
shit to them?
Demetrius Johnson's boring.
Kick him in the face. They're on the ground.
Stand him up. This is gay.
Yeah, that guy. That guy's a fun guy at the fights.
No, I'm the grab by the dick. Give me old dick twist. I hung out with that guy. It's crazy. Dude.
My favorite has always been the put him in a body bag, Johnny. How many times you heard that in a fight? Jesus Christ.
Quit getting punched in the face. That's
Don't
bullshit.
get punched in the face. It's bullshit. You could do better.
Knock him out.
Thanks for the advice there,
Knock
Coach.
him out.
Thanks
You
for
should
the
knock
advice.
him out. All right. That was our ringside.
Yeah, ringside banter. We could be great cornermen. Just saying.
Yeah.
Could be. Moving on from there, Luke Rockhold has decided to move up to light heavyweight. pretty much called out some of the division here. He's saying that, he's getting stronger and lifting every day. His light heavyweight is the course. I'm coming for all these guys. I'm not impressed with the entire division, and I'm tired of compromising my body. I'm a better fight when I am naturally fit, which is bigger. It's a long overdue move. He says Anthony Smith, he's all, Santos came up recently too. These guys, I'm just not impressed. They're sloppy in ways, and I see lots of openings. I'm ready to move up. And the rest of the division, there's a couple good guys, but I don't see much. I'm ready to shut the division down. Smith looked like shit. He didn't look good in his last fight. He looked like a bum. How do you think Luke Rockhold fits with some of the rest of the division there?
I'm like, keep your mouth shut until you get in the division and fight a couple fights.
All right. He's a pretty good size middleweight. He's always been a big middleweight. He's always had some issues.
Get in your whatever your new division is going to be, and then do something. If not, shut the fuck up.
Let's look at, we got obviously Jon Jones back in that division, Gustafsson, Anthony Smith, Jen Blachowicz, Iri Latifi, Ozdemir, Thiago Santos, Jimmy Manoa, Corey Anderson, OSP, Glover, Shogun, some big guys in that division.
Right, but so like Jon Jones, we don't even know how he's going to fight. He's been gone, almost 2 years?
We'll same with Gus.
Yeah, so right there, two guys on the top, we don't even know how they're going to fight. I don't like even against Krylov. So you think he's gonna fare up good against Krylov?
I gotta see.
Krylov's very powerful, and Rockhold's coming in here as an undersized. You know what I mean? He was an oversized before. Mm-hmm. Now he's coming in as an undersized fighter in his division.
I want to see him put the weight on. We'll see what his first fight says, and then we'll see where he stands.
Yeah, the weight's weird because we had Nate and Nate and Connor say that when they put on the weight to do the 170 fight, that it really messed with their stamina. Uh-huh. But then you had Cormier who said when he put the weight on, he was better.
And some guys are naturally, they're a naturally bigger guy, and they do better at that division where they don't feel they're having to strain as much. I don't know. Maybe that's goes to there. One guy that is not going to have any issues with a weight cut anytime soon, Dominic Cruz. Dominic Cruz is now out for another year. He's going to have another year-long injury.
At least, they're saying.
He tore 2 ligaments in his right shoulder doing some training. He is out of his fights with John Lineker. That's supposed to go down next month. He's going to undergo surgery. It'll keep him out for almost a year. At this point...
And he's out of an announcing job too, right? Because ESPN didn't pick him up or Karen Bryant, right?
How many times have we talked about Dominic Cruz should probably just retire due to injury? It's not that the guy's not a good fighter. It's just, bro, his body does not like him fighting.
But how many fighters do we have now in the UFC who are basically turned to porcelain?
Yeah.
More than a handful?
Yeah. It's just, to me, it's just crazy, man. It's.
But then again, we just had Chuck fight, and CSAC said that he was okay to fight, and if the safest place for him to fight was California. So, it's what do you call that? It's on a curve.
Would you be okay with Dominic Cruz retiring? Do you think he still needs to keep coming back?
He has a career that anybody should retire on.
He just came back from his last injury and beat the brakes off of somebody, and then he turns around and gets injured.
Right. He has the backing to where if he walked away now, he's still a legend. And I wouldn't. Well, yeah.
Hands down, he's
got the record to retire.
Yeah, one of the most dominant champions.
Yeah, don't become the Great Ghost.
Another USADA announcement. They announced that Stefan Sekulic out of Serbia has accepted his 2-year sanction for a anti-doping policy, testing positive for prohibited substances. He tested positive for dronelalostone and metabolites, as well as metatadione in his in-competition test back from September. I don't know. And the other fighter
just say it was only a couple salt grains. You'll get away with it.
Berhat Vahad Karandere out of India also tested positive for substances. He tested positive for taxamorphine. This was back in July that he was tested positive for. Again, another 2-year suspension that he has accepted. So, again, we're not going to find out a lot of these guys immediately when they pop because USADA is deciding to wait until they accept suspensions or until investigations are complete. But we will continue to bring you the news on everybody that's getting busted.
Yeah, what we know, we'll tell you.
Yeah. Including this gentleman, Mr. Jon Bones Jones.
No, it's John Asterisk Jones.
Jon Jones was given his license back so that he can compete at UFC 232 going down December 29th in Las Vegas against Alexander Gustafsson. Because of his track record, though, they asked him, the California State Athletic Commission asked him to enroll.
You know what's funny about that is when you use needle, it leaves tracks. So his according to your track record.
Yeah. They asked him to enroll in additional voluntary anti-doping association drug testing, which is VADA. They said for a period of 3 months, in addition to his irregular USADA testing. And it's not mandatory, it is encouraged. They said, we would like to put all doubts to sleep once and for all. And for the people to believe you that you're one of the most talented and greatest out there and just win a fight and just fight clean, that we are asking you to put all those doubts away once and for all by taking the VADA testing. However, his lawyer came and said, well, you're not going to take our license away, right? And they said, no, you're still going to get your license. And he goes, all right, we need to see exactly what they're going to be testing for, when they test, and what the restrictions are before we decide. And then they said, it's complicated. It's not that we're refusing. We just have issues with the proposal, and we asked questions, and we're unable to resolve it. So we're going to decline the stipulation and choose to just stick with USADA testing and no VADA testing at all.
Because we're not going to risk to bust ourselves voluntarily.
Pretty much, because that means that Bones would be tested for performance enhancers, but not drugs of abuse. So VADA apparently tests for drugs of abuse, and they're saying...
Where I grew up, drugs of abuse would be a Coors Light. If you drink enough Coors Light, somebody's get abused.
They're basically saying that, Jon Jones doesn't... Just like Jon Jones said previously in other episodes we've talked about, that he is not ready for rehab, and he doesn't need to do it, and that he's just not ready to lay off his extracurricular activities because that's just not him.
It's not him.
So he doesn't want to be tested for it either, because then obviously those results would be going public. And then he decides to continue to troll DC, which I think is hilarious. He goes on there and he says that DC is not a true champ, that the only true champ was McGregor, because a true champ does not drop his belt the minute somebody else returns to the division. Except I don't think you can put those two in the same sentence there, John, because McGregor never defended a belt in either of his divisions. At least DC is willing to defend his belts.
Right. Yeah, but I mean, still, no matter what, like I said earlier, has Jon Jones ever won without some sort of substance?
Here's the statement from DC. DC is, look, my deal is I've never once said he didn't win the fight. I've never said that. Even when people said, no, you didn't get a fair shake, he cheated, blah, blah, blah. I said the guy won the fights. He's always said that. He goes, I'm just sure he's not the only guy I've ever fought who's been on steroids. That's what I've said. I've been open about that. But when you say there's a pinch of salt, why is there a pinch of salt in there? Why is there no explanation of how it got there? Why didn't I have a pinch of salt in the swimming pool? That's where my issue is. You win the fight, go ahead and win the fight, but don't leave questions in my response. Don't have a pinch of salt. Don't have tainted sex pills. Don't have stuff that we've never had in the discussion to try to discredit the things that I've done. That's my response. Basically, a pinch of salt or no pinch of salt, you still had steroids in your system in a fist fight. Not cool. Jon Jones responds, Daddy's baby is still out here whining. What a proud double champion. He just vacates the sport, or vacates the belt because someone else returns. He then goes on to say, fight me one more time and I'll prove that you're the champ. I'll donate $100,000 to a charity.
No, he won't.
If you accept. Conor McGregor was an actual champ, and the world knows your claim is a joke. You're more than welcome to be my first title defense. It's pretty funny that Jon Jones is willing to donate $100,000 to a charity, but not willing to take voluntary drug testing.
No, because the charity has no chance of proving that he's a cheater.
There you go. Maybe he got the money out of his car.
Or that he does things that a true champion of a sport shouldn't be doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, obviously, the recreational drug thing poked up. So obviously he's worried about something.
Yeah, he's worried about something coming up.
Right.
Yeah, it's very, very interesting.
Because if you have nothing to hide...
Jon Jones just loves to troll Daniel Cormier. I don't think that'll ever go away.
Because, look at how many...
Daniel Cormier will retire, and he'll still be trolling him.
Yeah, we have too many people that get tested for them to say something like, oh, it was a couple grains or something,
Yeah.
Because really, the couple grains thing doesn't work. Do you know what happens if you get a couple grains of fentanyl?
Yeah.
You die.
You die.
With a couple grains.
Yeah.
Salt grains. So, I don't know. That shit just doesn't fly with me. And for him...
How come we?
I wouldn't even answer him. When he trolls these people, he's not, at this point, Jon Jones is not even respectable enough to where people should be answering him. I would just be like, who is that?
Yeah.
Or or to sound like a casual.
Again, I got to come up with Daniel Cormier. Like, why have we never heard this couple grains defense before?
Right.
You know what I mean? Why is it all of a sudden now it's in the MMA lexicon? This is things that we talk about where it's just a couple grains.
Right.
I mean, just like back in the day with Mirko. I took just a little bit of HGH.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit of HGH. It was so I could recover.
Or Frank Mir in the kangaroo meat.
Kangaroo meat.
Who else with the horse meat? Uberim.
Yeah. I eat horse.
We didn't believe any of those people. Why does Jon Jones think we're going to believe him? And meanwhile, if your name isn't Jon Jones, you're getting exactly what's coming to you from USADA. Guys are getting their 18 months. Yep. People are getting 24 months. We had an Italian girl get 26 years.
Yeah, I think they finally released that. Yeah.
Okay, but
still. Yeah, you had crazy stuff. And she wasn't even doing drugs. I mean? She was just shipping it across.
She was just shipping it. She was a smuggler.
She was just a smuggler.
Had it in her prison wallet.
Moving
front pocket.
From the big stories that happened over MMA. All we have now is some recaps. We had 2 Bellator events. We had a UFC event.
We had a lot of stuff. Was it Combate last week or the week before?
Yeah, it was the week before. We talked about that. Yeah, so on Bellator, this was the one that you could see if you have Paramount Network. This was Michael Chandler defeated Brett Primus. Jay Avaya defeated Frank Mir. TKO submission to punches.
Yeah, and that Ayala's local, right?
Yeah.
He's out of Fresno?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe so, yeah. He wrecked Frank Mir. Frank Mir just, I don't know, man. Where do you see Frank Mir going from here?
I don't know. I guess play out whatever contract he has left because he's definitely going to announce for them.
He could, yeah. I mean, he did great for WBC.
He's a great announcer. He has that PR type attitude. So
yep.
I don't say he's just going to, even if he does quit fighting, he's not going to leave the sport.
AJ McKee defeated Daniel Crawford. Juliana Vasquez defeated Alejandra Lara, and Sam Cecilia defeated Derek Campos. That was everything there on your
prelims. Prelims were way better.
Bellator. I couldn't watch prelims because the prelims are on Bellator.com.
I know,
and I can't have my phone open at work.
You can't. Why is your boss gonna bust you?
Moving on to their event that I didn't get to see except for watching the GIFs. Thanks, Zombie Prophet. Bellator 213, McFarlane versus Latanu, took place out of Hawaii. This was live on DAZN, which I heard, saw a little rumor mill here. They only have 15,000 subscribers in the United States.
Oh, really? But they're big world, right?
They are big world.
Yeah, because it's cheaper. It's cheaper to get DAZN in the other countries.
Well, here's my thing is that, they picked up the Canelo fights, right? And that Canelo fight happened over this weekend.
Right.
Obviously, I didn't watch it because I don't have DAZN or DAZN. Mexico doesn't use DAZN to watch those fights. They actually have pay-per-view sports channel that they got to watch it on.
Right.
See, so the DAZN is only for America to watch Mr. Canelo. And from what I've seen in the United States, at least the rumors that I've seen, they have 15,000 subscribers, and that's it.
For DAZN. Not a lot. But I'm going to tell you right now, the DirecTV Americas or whatever the Central American DirecTV feed is, a lot of people in this area have it and pay for it. And they tell me too, they're like, you want to come over and watch the fights? It's in Spanish, but they get all the pay-per-views in their included.
Yeah, that's how a lot of things in the UK are.
Yeah.
Because I believe the UFC's on like ESPN in the UK or something, BT Sports or something like that. Anyway.
And for anybody who doesn't know, living in California, we are basically Baja, Mexico. I mean, at least up till San Francisco. You get a little bit further north, then we're just
hippies in Oregon.
We're I was going to say Southern Canada. We have none of our own identity in this state. There's so many immigrants.
So then we also have Bellator. Like I said, this was out of Hawaii. This is on DAZN. This is 213. Naona Dung defeated Kona Oliveira. Liam McGreary defeated King Mo Law.
That was awesome.
Where does King Mo Law go from here, man?
I
go back to Rizin. How about that?
I don't know.
You're a good Bob Sapp.
I just feel like he's been a weekend at Bernie's. Like they just prop him up. Come on, you're good. You're good to go. Play some music. I mean, I've never had a lot of faith in Muhammad, but I don't know.
Neiman Gracie defeats Ed Ruth. Lyoto Machida gets the win over Rafael Carvalho.
Now they're saying Lyoto's got he's reinvigorated.
He's reinventing himself?
Yes.
Well, he's not wearing Reebok anymore. I mean, John McCarthy made that very clear. John McCarthy put out there, I am happy that he's walking out to a gi instead of that stupid Reebok crap.
I thought he said he made like a feminine remark or something, right? I don't know.
That.
I was just saying.
And then we have Alima Lee McFarlane defends her flyweight belt against Valerie Natanu and wins submission triangle choke in the third round. Overall, pretty good night of fights. And then, of course, we have... let's get to that. Fox, UFC, no longer a thing. They broke up. It's over. They're looking at that new ESPN and going, what's up, ESPN?
Yeah, what's up? What's happening?
You got them sports, too.
What's happening? Well, and again, I don't think the ESPN's a good move. And somebody they brought me the NFL numbers from when the NFL went from ABC to ESPN Monday night.
Yep.
It's a huge drop. Huge.
We'll see. We'll see what this does for the UFC.
Right.
I'm interested to see where the UFC's numbers are in play to the other organizations. Obviously, we got PFL, we got Bellator, we got now ONE coming over to TNT to see where they are and where they play comparatively next year when all the new subscription services and all the new things come up.
Oh, yeah. I was trolling people in one of the forums. I had said that next year UFC will be third or fourth. Oh, my goodness. They're like, oh, you're a box of rocks. How dumb are you? You don't even know.
UFC's always going to be number one.
No wonder nobody listens to your podcast.
they'll be number one for a while, but it's going to be interesting to see where the numbers lie.
I don't know. With ONE FC making the deal that they made.
Come to find out about that deal. I was going to talk to you about that.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
What?
Everything's on tape delay, and some of them are even a couple days later.
Really?
They're not even going to be live. They're going to be like, hey, remember this event we had in March? Now you get to watch it.
Oh. God, now I got to go. I'm not walking back anything I said, though.
Although, like I said, maybe they can work out some deals. Maybe things will change. That's just the initial what I saw.
No, I would tell you that they do that once, and then they sit down. They're like, check this out.
We got to work this out.
We got to work this out.
Yeah.
We got to do something. Either you guys need to fight later, or we need to put you on at 2:30 in the morning. Let's put you on at 2:30 in the morning and see how many people actually get up for it. And then you know what happened? The people who complain about tape delay will DVR it. Because if you notice that, like, people are mad about tape delay, but they're the same people that fucking DVR stuff.
They don't watch it live anyway.
Yeah. Never happened.
UFC on Fox, Lee versus Alaquenza 2. This was prelims were on Fight Pass. Juan Adams defeated Chris De La Rocha. Mike Rodriguez defeated Adam Milstead. Moving on to Fox Sports 1, Dan Ige defeats Jordan Griffin. Zach Cummings over Trevor Smith. Jack Hermanison over Gerard Meerschaert. Joaquim Silva over Jared Gordon. Drakkar Klose over Bobby Green. Zach Otto over Dwight Grant. And then your last card on Big Fox.
I was so sad. Finale. I'm so sad about the first fight right off the bat.
Charles Oliveira defeats Jim Miller. Submission, rear naked choke.
Man, I wanted Jim to win so bad.
I mean, he has a great Christmas album. Maybe those will sell and he'll be okay.
Jim sings the middles? Is that what that was? The middle of every Christmas song?
Rob Font over Sergio Pettis, unanimous decision.
So what does Sergio do now?
I don't think he's going anywhere anytime soon. This is a pretty big card for him to be on a main event. He has been on main events before, but I think it's just going to take some time, man. Every guy's going to have his a little bit,
Are you not seeing the 30-27, 30-27, 30-27? Yeah, he lost
pretty handedly. I saw it.
I mean, it could have easily been 30-26. One of the rounds was bad.
So he's lost his last two, but I mean, he's fought some big guys. He fought Moraga. He fought Cejudo and Benavidez. He beat Benavidez.
No, by decision. And that was a split.
It was. We talked about it. But I mean, he's had some decent fights. You know what I mean? I don't think he's.
And
going
the Brandon
anywhere.
Marino fight was questionable too. So right now, I'm telling you, he's got 5 losses.
This is also coming back to bantamweight. He has been fighting at a lower weight before that. He's now coming back to bantamweight. I think we still need to see how it pans out for him.
So both brothers are doing the weight jump, and because Anthony was bouncing back and forth too, right?
For a little bit, yeah. Edson Barbosa murdered Dan Hooker.
Yes.
With a KO.
Weren't there people like screaming in the crowd, like, just stop the fight?
Yeah, it should have been stopped. Dana White said the fight should have been stopped. I don't know if you saw this.
How come Dana White can't throw a towel in?
Yeah. Because he's technically a audience member at that point, man.
Audience members should be able to throw a towel in.
What, they're just going to fucking do it like the Glad. No, he's done. He's done.
He's dead.
He's dead.
Quit. And you know me, I was like, he might get up.
He might get up.
I don't know.
He's moving. I saw his arm went like this. That means he's getting up.
Come on.
To the death. And then Raging Alaquinta defeats Kevin Lee in a unanimous decision. What'd you think about this fight? Kevin Lee is embarrassed about this fight, by the way.
Is he embarrassed about the fight? Because to me, the fight was... I mean...
It was a good fight.
It was a good fight. But what he should be embarrassed about is that he ran his mouth.
Yeah.
Well,
he says he will never be humble. He's always going to speak his mind. He's embarrassed about his performance that he knows he can do better.
Okay, but you can't run your mouth until you let's say like 3 consecutive wins. Then you can run your mouth. You know, don't come into a fight with staph infection and then lose another fight. You know.
I mean, he had a nice set of wins there for a little bit. Until Tony Ferguson choked him out.
That doctor stoppage was bullshit.
Alaquinta, Al's coach just want him to fight Conor McGregor.
Why is Conor McGregor still in the mix? I mean, so how many more crappy fights is it going to take before people go, hey, maybe he wasn't what we thought he was?
Well, here's the thing. I think Alaquinta's a good measurement stick. Why not have him fight Alaquinta? He doesn't need to be fighting for a title anytime soon.
No.
But why not Alaquinta? Alaquinta went all 5 rounds with Khabib Nurmagomedov, the current champion.
Because I want whoever fights him next.
Are you still one of those guys that thinks Alaquinta or that Khabib played with Alaquinta and didn't want to finish him? Or do you think Alaquinta was just that tough son of a bitch who was able to last the 5 rounds? He knew he was losing, but he lasted the 5 rounds.
I'm going to still stick with it. I don't believe that Khabib went at him 100.
Okay, so you're saying that he played with him, just trying to stretch it out a little bit?
Yeah.
I
don't think he wanted to make it look to the point where like Alaquinta wasn't competition.
But again, I think this would be a good, kind of a good space to see. Put Conor up against Alaquinta. Why not?
But I tell you who's not going to be Conor, Kevin Lee.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So yeah, and that's pretty much it. That's your fights for the weekend that happened. I would like to see Conor versus Alaquinta. I think Kevin Lee needs to step down a little bit and fight. I don't know what to do with Kevin Lee. I never really liked him in the first place. Again, because he's all brash and super mouthy and claiming he's the greatest ever, and I just didn't see it.
Yeah,
I think he's a decent fighter. I just didn't see what he was claiming.
And to me, the running your mouth, I don't even pay attention to a lot of that. A lot of what we're paying attention to is your fight inside the ring and everything. And I just don't. He's inconsistent. He has problems putting a lot of, you know what I mean, like putting things together. Doesn't really seem like he's got a plan. You know, but again, there's a lot of fighters that go out there that don't have a plan.
Yeah,
they play it completely by ear. But for the weight division that he's in, he's got to definitely tighten everything up.
All right, I can agree with that.
Yeah,
yeah. That's pretty much it, man. You need to pick yourself up a shirt. Go to shirtskill.com.
Grab a shirt, man. It's Christmas time.
They will not make them in time for Christmas.
No, you're not going to get them. But you could get them for next Christmas already. If you're that type of person.
Do that if you haven't already picked them up. Make sure you pick yourself up a strong board. Get on board. Get on a strong board. Maybe we'll do a quick side video. You can check it out. We'll put it on Instagram. I'll stand on this. We'll actually see the cross tee.
This is what he's standing on.
We're gonna see the cross tee.
He stands right on there. Oh, the cross tee.
Yeah, we'll put it up on our Instagram. So make sure after that we go off of Facebook, you flip over to our Instagram, and we'll put it up on our story. We'll show you the cross tee action.
But you're only gonna see it if he lives. If you don't see it, it means
you
Brandon.
I'll sign off. You can put it up.
Brandon ate it.
If I hit this or something and I'm unconscious, just make sure you get the whole video. And then, of course, if you take credit cards for your business, make sure you go to dependablesolutions.com to save up to 70%.
70%.
By getting a free consultation, a free trial. They'll basically go through everything for you and see where they can save you money. If they can't save you money, they'll let you know. They're real honest. If they do, they can save you up to 70%, which is really awesome. Yeah, just think.
So, like, if you're doing $1,000 in fees for your current credit card business, you can knock $700 off.
That's pretty awesome, man.
You know what I mean? Can they do it every time? Probably not. But even if they can knock off $250, 25%.
Yeah, I mean it's
you know what I'm saying. Why not check into it?
It's definitely something. And we hope you have a happy holiday. And I just broke the remote.
Oh, did you?
Yep.
And then we'll tell you.
Remote's broken.
Merry Christmas.
We go. I'm offended by this.
Why?
Because it doesn't. Where's Festivus for the rest of us?
Well, we'll have it right now. You're airing your grievances right now.
Festivus for the rest of us. There's Kwanzaa. Your daughter's trying to ask for time off at work for that.
Yeah, for Kwanzaa? I don't doubt it. Shaniqua.
Anyway, we hope you have a Merry Christmas, a Happy Holidays, a Happy Hanukkah, a Merry Kwanzaa, Festivus for the rest of us, whatever it is. Wookiee Life Day, if you celebrate that. I mean,
you know.
Make sure you take care of those little ones. And then we will see you after the holiday.
After the holiday.
Yeah, for the big New Year's Eve card
nice
show.
So from SinCal Studios, I'm Dennis. He's Dodge.
Have a good night.
We'll see you under the Christmas tree. That's my favorite part. He says all his names.